All right, so we get another release from Paramount, and this time we're covering Sleepy Hollow on 4K, and oh man, let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Chris. Thanks for stopping by and watching my 4K review for Sleepy Hollow. So I cannot say enough good things about this transfer. We'll get into the movie in a little bit, but I want to talk about the transfer and the audio first before we get into that. So Sleepy Hollow came out in 1999. It was directed by the great Tim Burton, and this film for me is actually one of his better films, but again, we'll get into that towards the end of the video. All right, but before we get into the video and the audio quality, consider going down there, hitting the subscribe button. If you like 4K, if you like Blu-rays, if you like horror house, if you like all that stuff, consider becoming part of the collective here on the channel where we cover obscure movies and physical media. All right, let's get into that video and audio quality. This is a native 4K transfer. It is 185 by 1, so it'll fill up most of the screen except for little black bars on the top and the bottom. For HDR, we've got Dolby Vision and HDR10, so both are covered here. On the audio front, we do have a DTS HD master audio, which sounds great, especially when we get into the Danny Elfman score here. It all sounds amazing. But man, the transfer itself is great. Paramount has done a great job throughout this year, from Flashdance to Dragon Slayer. I haven't seen the Ferris Bueller one, but I've heard that decent things about it. So they've just been killing it on that front. All the stuff that I've seen, that I've personally bought, especially Dragon Slayer, man, that was a movie that I did not have any expectations for, and it blew me away. I'd never seen the movie, but when I later went back and looked at what that film looked like before and after, it's crazy. And Sleepy Hollow, for me, being a very dark film, a very black film, it could have had the tendency to crush those blacks with the HDR treatment. They do a great job here. The blacks are intact, the grain structure is intact, it all looks great. It just amplifies and enhances the picture that is already there, which is what 4K should do. But anyway, let's talk about that audio. This is the DTS HD master audio, like I said, and this track is amazing. The Danny Elfman score is definitely propelled here, and it is awesome. Everything from the surrounds and everything sound impeccable. So from a visual and an audio standpoint, I can't complain at all. The only complaint I have is probably on the special features front, because there really aren't any here, and that's kind of a negative for me personally, because I do like to get some special features. We at least do get a Blu-ray in this, which we don't typically get with some releases. Even from Paramount, we just get the 4Ks and nothing else. So it is nice to have that Blu-ray in case you need that and you were looking to upgrade later. So I am kind of bummed. As you guys know, I usually pick up the Steelbook option if it is available. However, I could not find the Steelbook. I actually missed it because I was very busy and I completely forgot that this movie was coming out. And so I didn't get to my Best Buy in enough time to try and get it. I tried to order on Amazon. It was already sold out. So unfortunately, I would like to pick it up. So eventually, hopefully I can find that Steelbook, because it looks great. It's an amazing Steelbook. I'll put it up here so you can check it out if you haven't seen it. But, you know, just like recently I picked up, this is not going to stand. It's just not going to do it. Anyway, throw that over there. I recently picked up the Smile one, you know, sneak peek here. I picked up this even though I have the other one, because I do like my Steelbooks. I'm glad that Megan and all those are coming out on Steelbook. So I'm excited for all of those. And overall, I'm a big fan of this movie. You know, say what you will about Tim Burton in his latter half of his career, but his early career, I think, is pretty much impeccable and flawless. You know, from Pee-wee's Big Adventure to Beetlejuice to all of those things. I love all of those. Mars Attacks is weird and fun, and I love that. I would love to get a 4K transfer of Mars Attack one day, because I just think it would look great. There's a lot of practical stuff there in CG that I don't know how it would turn out, but I just want it. So overall, I love Sleepy Hollow. It's a dark movie. It's a great movie. It's one of Johnny Depp's better roles, in my opinion, because it's very reserved. Yes, it's a bit kooky and weird, but it's not an over-the-top schlock thing that he later did in Tim Burton's film, which I think is kind of what ruined it. They just weren't great films, but everything was just ratcheted up to 11, and I just didn't like that. So overall, this is a great release. If you were on the fence about picking up Sleepy Hollow in 4K, I definitely think it's worth it. It's like $21, so, you know, not breaking the bank, so it's a good, like that Lionsgate Vestron price range that I think is good for these older movies, and it's a great movie going into the Halloween season for most people that aren't me, that don't watch horror every day of your life, that have a life and watch other films. You know, this is going to be one of those that you might want to pick up and watch around the Halloween season. So overall, that's all I've got. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to link some videos for you at the end. Let me know down below if you're gonna pick up this movie, what do you think about Sleepy Hollow? What is your favorite Tim Burton movie overall? Are you excited for Beetlejuice 2? Overall, if you like what I do here, consider becoming part of the collective, and I'll talk to you guys in my next 4K review.